Welcome guys. In this video, we are going to create this video calling app with real-time chat integration. So let's start the video. Hello guys. So for making this kind of application, I chose ZegoCloud. ZegoCloud is a powerful service that helps you to make any kind of communication app, just like video meeting, audio streaming, live streaming, and more. It offers a lot of applications and lot of services. Without wasting any time, let's switch to the screen and let's see what ZegoCloud offers. So guys, we are now at the home page of ZegoCloud, and as it suggests, build powerful communication app with voice and video chat API. It is providing developer-friendly API for the voice chat and live video chat APIs. Let's see what it offers. So if we come to the slowly, we can see that they have a 30 billion plus users annually and 3 billion plus daily call minutes to 12 plus country and regions. Even many more popular companies are using that product, and as it suggests, you can use the pre-built UI kits. No need to start it building from the scratch. Go live in minutes within a few lines of code. And we can see here they are using in-app chat, video call, AR effects, print sharing, virtual background, cloud recording, and more. And it is not only for the developers, it is also made for the business. Out-of-box solution, ready-made UI components keep you away from the messy things. And if we come here, you can see that's offer one-to-one call kit, video conference kit, live streaming kits, and more. Their UI kits and SDKs are fully customizable. You can use your own configuration, your own customization. And you know what the best important and exciting things about that? They are also entering in the metaverse. So let's see what it offers. In the metaverse, they are building a virtual environment where the avatar and virtual event will be hosting. Even their app is available in the Play Store and App Store. You can check it out. So let's back to the homepage of ZegoCloud and see what it offers. So if we come to the below, here you can see they are providing solution for the every industry: social media, education, telehealth, live shopping, fitness, collaboration, and more, and that are loved by the developer and trusted by the business. Even the popular app platform just like Star Maker also using it. Besides that, Yala and Oasis are using it extensively. Most developer friendly and powerful SDKs and APIs. And as you can see, they are offering the solution in various technologies including Android, iOS, web, Flutter, React Native, Windows, Mac OS, Electron. We are going to use Flutter in this tutorial, but we will not write that kind of code because that is from the scratch. We are using their beautiful UI kits. So let's see what is offered. And it also suggests that it is a dependable developer platform for building world-class product, high availability, rapid scalability, developer-friendly integration, rich developer resources, ultra-low latency, and high network resilience. That's a beautiful thing. And if we come at the bottom of it, you can see here a special thing. You can see you can get 10,000 minutes of 3 hours on signing up here. The link in the description, check it out. Let's come to the top of the website and see what product they are offering. They are offering video call, voice call, live streaming, AI effects, cloud recording, and more. What solution they are providing to the industry? So they are providing solution to the industry of social media, education, telehealth, e-commerce, fitness, and more. We are developers. Let's come to the developers point of view, and we are going to use that UI kits. That are the beautiful UI elements that helps you to start with any kind of technologies they are providing, and within some minimum line of code you can make your app within a few minutes. So let's explore it. If we go to the UI kits, you can see faster time to make, market ready to save UI kit, and you can see they are telling go live with 30 minutes of UI kits. It is very much easy. Install UI kit, integrate securely, and build your sweet experience. And that's the pre-built UI blocks, and you can customize it with your own choice. For the Flutter, that also present, but we use our own customization on their UI kit. So what that UI kits can do? They can do one-to-one calls, group calls, video conference, and live streaming, and there is more services in there in various technologies. So let's jump to the coding part and start a new project, and let's explore what that UI kit can offer. So guys, I make a basic project in Flutter, and it's time to integrate some of the configuration in the root of Android and iOS. For using ZegoCloud, we have to install a package from the pub.dev, and that's the package Zego UI kit pre-built video conference. So if you can see here, that's the full documentation they are given how to use it. So let's first install that. We copy it and go to the prospect.yaml, come here and paste it here. Beside that, we also have to use the permission handler for taking the permission of camera and microphone. So for using the camera and microphone permission, we have to add some of the permission under the Android app source main Android menu. The permission we have to add that's provided in the documentation. So let's come to the documentation homepage, and where's the permissions? That's the permission. I copy it from here and I simply paste it here. Okay, do a mandatory thing here. Come here and replace that compile SDK version under the app level build.gradle with 33. For the compatibility, we make the target SDK version to the 23 and minimum SDK version we set to the 24. And as the documentation suggests, we have to make a file named as postguard rules.pro. So for avoiding any typo, we should copy it from here, and under that app folder, we make a new file postguardrule.pro, and what we have to paste here? We have to paste that thing. So copy from here and paste here. As simple as that. And after that, go to the build.gradle, and as the documentation suggests, copy that line. And so what we have to do, we have paste it here and we have to write here minify enabled as suggested in the documentation. And guys, you can see for the iOS, we have to add that permission under the info.plist file. So where the info.plist file is located? It is located under the iOS folder, runner, info.plist, under the dictionary, paste it here. That's our basic configuration for using the ZegoCloud service. Now let's start the coding. So guys, we have to use a .env file in the root of the project so that we can keep our important sensitive data hidden. So what we have to do, in the root of the project, we have to make a file name as .env. Here all the sensitive and hidden data will be there. And to include that .env in our project, what we have to do, we have to come to the prospect.yaml and we have to add a new package here. The package name is flutter.env. And most important thing, what we have to do, we have to here add .env under that assets. So we have added more packages here. So what we have to do, in the terminal, we have to run a command to install all the packages. As you know, the command is flutter pubget. It is done. Minimize the terminal and let's make a file to access that env files data management dot. Here we have to make two methods. The first method is used for loading the .env file in the project, and second method is used to get a key value from the .env file. And obviously we have to import our important package flutter.env. Okay, let's start making the screen. In the main.dart, first thing, delete all the things, zoom it for the better view, and we have to import material.dart. So we have to do run the app, and we have to make a stateless widget to enter into the app. Very simple, material app. This is the just like starter code of any Flutter project, and we will make a screen name as main screen. So under that library folder, what we have to do, go to the dart and main screen dot a file name. Here what we have to do, import material.dart, our favorite package in the Flutter, and make a stateful widget name as main screen. And what we have to do, go to the main.dart and overfit, import it, and the error resolved. So what we have to do here, we have to make a screen. We will use some code to change our screen layout of status and navigation bar for looking good. We have to import a package name as Flutter services to introduce that. So what I basically do here I set some navigation bar colors, status bar color, status bar icon brightness, and navigation bar icon brightness. You can ignore that method calling from any state. This is totally on your choice. Okay, let's come to the actual part. Here what we have to do, under the child we make a column, and under that column we have to make a command button, name as command button. And what that will do, that will be basically a function. So that will be void callback and on tab, and that will be the button text. And here we make some of the decent design, but not focus too much on the design, because our focus is on the ZegoCloud video meeting that we are going to do in this tutorial. So we make a button for start a meeting, and for also start a meeting we have to make a button for the join meeting. So the first button will be used for start a new fresh meeting, and join meeting is used for someone is started the meeting and you want to join there. And give a minimal space of height 30 for the looking good, and all the things of that two buttons will be so at the center of the screen. So main axis elements are center under the column. So we have to call a method under here join meeting. When the join meeting button will be clicked, that method will be called from here join meeting. What that method will do, that method is simply take a meet id. I will tell the purpose of taking that optional parameter later when we work with the start a meeting. Now let's focus here. First we have to check if the permission of camera and microphone is given or not. So for that, what we have to do, so we have to first take the permission. For that we have to include a package name, and what we have to do here, taking the permission of camera and microphone. So we take the camera and microphone permission together, and after that we have to obviously check that if the permission is granted or not. So we have to take all the permission status value is granted or not, and taking the values list so that we can justify if the all permission included here is given or not. So how can we check all the permission is given or not? All permission result if contains any false, that means any of the permission is denied. Instruction purpose, we can provide here a snack bar that all permission need to proceed. And after that, if we come at that 84 number line, that means we get all the permission that we need to proceed. And here what we have to do, we have to make two text editing controller, and now we have to make a pop-up widget where all the information will be taken. We make a normal text field with some of the customization. We use some custom made border for the easy to use purpose. Let's come to that point and add a text field for taking the meeting ID. Where we taking the meeting ID? Besides that, give a page at about 30 pixel for better looking. And we also provide another text field for taking the username, and the common border that we used, that's a simple border used for multiple use here for the multiple purpose. Okay, so let's understand what that meet id will do. So when anyone want to start a meeting, what we can do, join meeting, and we provide the meeting with a random id so that the id of every meeting should be unique there. So what we can do, we make a video call and we have to make it unique. So what we can do, we can insert here the epoch time, that the string will be unique every time, because the epoch time is getting changes in every second. But when we calling that from the join meeting, we not providing any meeting id. So now we have to make some conditions so that both condition can maintain. If the meeting id is not empty here, that means we want to start a meeting. So in that case, we don't have to take any meeting id from the user. So what we can do, meet id is empty, then we have to take the meet id from the user, otherwise there is no need of it. And you can see I make a condition, if the meet id is empty, then we have to use that meeting id text field, so we increase the size, and if not, we use a minimalistic size there. Now let's come to that point. Here the let's join, under the let's join method. So what we have to do here, first meet id is empty, and also our meet id controller dot text is empty. That means the meet id is not coming through that method. The meet id is empty and user not entered any meet id, so we can't proceed here. So if we come at that point, that means the meet id is not empty or the meet id controller dot text is not empty. So we can proceed here through. So we have to first take the conference id. What is conference? Conference means in every meeting there is a unique id that identifies the meeting. So here we call it as a conference id, and we if the meeting id that is coming through that optional parameter is empty, we use the user written meeting id, else we will take the meeting id that is coming if that is not empty. Okay, now it's time to use the ZegoCloud. So before that, what we can do, go to the .env file, and here you have to add some of the sensitive keys. So for that we have to go to the ZegoCloud admin dashboard, and we have to generate some keys in the new project and have to head here. So guys, we have to first generate some secret key, just like app id, app sign key for the project to use. So for that you have to come to the ZegoCloud homepage, and when you come here you will see login sign up button will be there. After creating the account, you will see my account will be showing there. I created my account earlier, so that it is showing my account. When you created the account, you will be redirected to the ZegoCloud admin console, and here you have to make the new project. Here already many more projects already built, and this is previously built for the testing purpose. So I'm not creating a new project for now because it may be exceed the limit, because many more project is created. I take project app signing key and app id. Okay, so what we have to do, when you create your first project, so that page will be open in that way. And what you can do, you have to copy that app id and app signing. At first it is very sensitive key, so make it private, so I don't want to show you. So just copy it to your clipboard, and let's come back to the coding part. So in our project, under the .env file, we have to make two variable, app id and app sign key. So I first paste the hello of app id that I copied from the website, and it is secret, so I can't reveal in front of you. You also keep in mind in that, don't reveal in front of you. That's why we are keeping it under the .env file. So I pasted app id and app signing key under the .env file. After that, you can run Flutter pubget, but that's not necessary because in .env it is added. But after editing in the .env, it is better to add Flutter pubget, so that it will load in the project. Now what we have to do, under that library folder, we have to make a new file name as video call dot, because we are focusing on the video call with ZegoCloud. Now import our favorite package material dot. Now make a stateless widget name as video meet screen. Okay, and we have to take some of the parameters, just like conference id that is used for unique video room purpose, and some of the other variables. User id we have to import it as well. Now we have to add the ZegoCloud UI kit that you are waiting for from a long period of time. So what we can do, of that child, we will add UI kit pre-built video conference. It's a long name, so you can copy paste from the documentation. We have to first import it, and for that, what we can do, we have to import a package of that name. Yeah, here are some record variable is there. So we need to use the app id and app signing key that we added in the .env file. So what we can do, we make a method get app id, make it static so that it can be used with the class name. It is a getter, and get env data, and you have to give the key name in that way. And in the same way for app signing key, we mentioned in the .env file. Come back here, and you can use in that way data management dot get app id. I forget one thing, guys, not adding as a getter, but you have to first load it. So what we can do, under that main dot, yeah, what we have to do, make it asynchronous await, and data management load env data. So if we not do that, the env file will not load it in the project. That will create a problem in further way. Okay, so we loaded that, and we can easily get from the .get env data key. Conference key we will getting as a parameter here in that widget. So now we have to give the configuration. So we use the name Zigo UI kit preview video conference configuration, and here you have to provide something. We can do one thing, use speaker while joining. Absolutely, we needed it. Now we can add a parameter here. When we want to leave the meeting, a dialog box will be came, and what message will be so we can customize in our own language and own way. So what we can do, we use that parameter leave confirmation dialog, so that will be shown. After that, in the meeting top bar, we want to show two icons. One for showing how many users in that chat, in that video conferencing room, and another is for using the chatting purpose. So what we can do, we use top menu bar config, and under that we want to provide two buttons, one for the show member list and other for the chat button. Now we have to configure the bottom menu bar so that we can easily access camera rotation, video start stop, microphone start stop, and also copying the current meeting ID and forward it. So I use a set of buttons here. So this is for the camera toggle, this is for the microphone button on off, this is for the switch audio output if you want to control the audio output, this is for the leaf, and this is for the switch camera. Beside that, we have to extend one more thing. So we have to use extend button. So under that extend button, we made that elevated button where that will be used for copying the meeting ID so that we can share with another one so that they also can enter the meeting and we can do a video call together. So for copying the meeting ID, what we have to do, we have to copy that conference ID. That's actually the unique room ID. Okay. The conference ID will be copied there, but we have to say user that conference ID will be copied. Close that pop-up, and we have to show the message meeting ID copied to clipboard. Okay. So that screen is almost done. Now we have to connect that screen with the main screen. So what we can do, let's come to the that part. Under that, let's join button function, and what we have to do, first thing the conference ID, second thing username controller dot text, and making the user ID unique for each cases, we can pass here date time dot now dot microsecond for since equals, because this is always unique, and convert it to the string mode. So that will always generate a unique user ID when anyone entering in the room. So let's run the project and see if we make any mistake or not. So guys, we started the project, but I realized I make a error in that. So just correct it as fast. You can see the app ID is integer, and when the data is getted from that the .env, so it will be return a string. So we have to parse it to the integer, just convert it to the integer so that app ID will be integer and the app sign is string, so there will be no problem. Okay, so let's see what we make and let's enjoy the result. I will first start a video call from that emulator, and then we'll copy the meeting ID, and after that I will put that meeting ID with that when we join the meeting from that emulator. Okay, so let's first start a meeting from that emulator. First we have to the permission for the camera, and then for recording the audio, that's used for the microphone, and you have to give the name. I obviously use my name. So let's join and let's start the camera. So the camera is started, and that's me. So now we can do one thing. Click on here and copy, click on that meeting ID, copy to the clipboard. And what we can do, so we join the meeting with that meeting ID, we copy it and then paste here that we copied, and give the username as ZegoCloud admin. I think that's the best name. So let's join. So you can see in the both ZegoCloud admin joined the conference, and that also showed there. And if I want to open that, so you can see here from the Samarkand Dasgupta my picture is showing, and from other side, if you want to see, just a minute. And that's me from the side. So we can do one more thing here. So we can revert the camera. So when we click that three dot and click on that, the camera will be reversed. So now you can see, I think now you can see clearly how beautifully that working. Even we can enjoy the chat here. So let's see if we can enjoy the chat. So I first off the camera, and here also. Let's see if the chat is working or not. So click on that, and also here. So I think it will work. Hello. It is working totally fine. Bye bye. Yeah, it's working. So guys, beside the chat, we can also enjoy how we can see how many members in the room from the both chat. As you can see, there is only 2 members now in that chat room. And beside that, you can mute, unmute yourself. So I'm not doing for a longer period of time, because that will create a echo, because I am now recording the video. You can try it at your own. So guys, in this video we are going through a tutorial where we learn how to use ZegoCloud for using video conferencing app. So in future, if you want more things about audio streaming, live streaming, you can comment it down. I will definitely make a video on that. I think you love the videos. If you love that tutorial, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, because new tutorial series is coming very soon. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Bye.